When I look back at my life, one thing becomes very clear. The times I succeeded weren't when I chased the results, but when I immersed myself in the process. But understanding this didn't come easily. Like many people, I used to start new things with enthusiasm, only to give up halfway when things didn't go as fast or smooth as I wanted. I remember when I first picked up the guitar. I thought I'd be playing fluently within a month. But when my fingers started hurting, when the chords didn't sound right, and the rhythm felt off, frustration kicked in. I began to question myself, am I just not cut out for this? That's when I stumbled upon a simple yet powerful shift. Stop obsessing over outcomes and start falling in love with the practice. Thomas M. Sterner's book, The Practicing Mind, transformed the way I looked at discipline, focus, and success. It taught me that true mastery isn't about perfection or speed. It's about consistently showing up with intention. Especially as a man, we often carry the burden of producing results quickly, to earn more, achieve faster, and prove ourselves. But Sterner's philosophy challenged that completely. Progress is born from patient effort, not urgency. When I started internalizing this mindset, everything began to change. Whether it was hitting the gym, learning a new skill, managing my career, or simply improving my mental clarity, I realized I didn't need to win every day. I just needed to show up and improve by 1%. That shift in mindset took away the pressure and brought in clarity. You see, most men are wired to be goal-driven. From a young age, we are told that value comes from performance. But that pressure can be toxic. If you only focus on the finish line, every step feels like a burden. But if you learn to enjoy each step, the journey becomes your reward. The practicing mind teaches that the secret to success lies not in the result, but in our ability to stay present in the process. Think about it. Every time you tried to learn something new, wasn't it your impatience that ruined it? Maybe it was a language, an instrument, or even meditation. We give up too early because the results take time. But what if the goal was never the result? What if it was simply getting better at showing up daily? This book helped me discover the beauty of mindfulness in practice. Before, my mind was always somewhere else, thinking of past mistakes or stressing about what was next. Now, I've started appreciating the moment I'm in. Whether I'm lifting weights, writing, or working on a project, I ask myself, am I fully here right now? If not, I pause, breathe, and return. In today's world, staying focused is harder than ever. Notifications, social media, distractions, they're endless. As a man juggling responsibilities, career, relationships, self-growth, it's easy to lose that sense of calm. But this book gave me practical ways to reclaim that focus. Small things like taking a few deep breaths before starting a task, working with full attention for 25-minute intervals, or even unplugging from screens for an hour made a big difference. One of the most powerful lessons was this: you don't need to control everything. You just need to be present in your practice. That changed everything for me. There was a time when I believed success meant stress, that working hard meant being in a constant state of tension. But now, I've learned, working with calm, focused intention is far more powerful than working with panic. I now treat every session of practice like meditation, whether it's studying, running, or even having a conversation. I've learned to pay attention, not just to what I'm doing, but to how I'm doing it. And here's another truth that hit me hard. Discipline isn't about forcing yourself, it's about creating systems that support you. Earlier, I would try to use motivation, watching videos, hyping myself up, but it would fade in days. Now, I focus on designing routines, same time, same place, no negotiation. Whether I feel like it or not, I do the work, not because I'm forcing myself, but because it's become who I am. A big part of this came from realizing that consistency is more important than intensity. You don't have to do something perfectly. You just have to do it daily. When I understood that, I stopped comparing myself to others. That was a game changer. I used to look at people ahead of me and feel small. But then I realized I'm not in competition with anyone else. I'm only trying to beat the man I was yesterday. So now I ask myself just two things at the end of the day. Did I show up? Did I try to improve, even a little? If the answer is yes, that's enough. Because growth isn't linear. There are good days and bad days. But as long as I keep moving forward, I'm winning. The practicing mind also helped me deal with failure and procrastination. Before, I used to wait for the perfect moment, the right mood, the perfect plan. But now I know, action creates clarity. Waiting doesn't. I've trained myself to just start, no matter how I feel. Even if I just open the book and read 2 pages. Even if I just play guitar for 10 minutes. Starting is 80% of the battle. Once you begin, the mind adapts. And about failure, I now treat it as part of the path. I don't see it as a wall. I see it as a sign that I'm learning. Every mistake I make is a brick in the foundation of my skill. Thomas Edison once said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." That mindset has helped me in everything, from fitness to public speaking to emotional growth. This book didn't just give me techniques. It gave me a philosophy, a way to live, a way to approach everything from my daily habits to my long-term goals. Here's the core of what I've learned. Forget perfection. Focus on progress. Forget the finish line. Focus on the next step. Forget comparison. Focus on self-awareness. And most importantly, be present. Don't just do things to get them done. Do them with attention, intention, and respect for the process. As a man living in a world that pushes speed, hustle, and outcomes, choosing slowness, focus, and practice isn't weakness. It's strength. It's the kind of strength that builds resilience, depth, and real success. If you're someone like me, someone who's tired of rushing, tired of starting and stopping, tired of never feeling enough, then I'll tell you this. You don't need to work harder. You need to work deeper. You don't need to prove yourself. You need to be consistent. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be present. From now on, treat every practice like it matters. Whether it's writing a paragraph, lifting a weight, listening to your child, or just sitting in silence, do it with full attention. Do it like it's the only thing in the world that matters in that moment. Because the truth is, it is. You'll be surprised how much calmer, sharper, and more fulfilled you feel when you stop chasing results and start embracing the now. So take this moment, right now, and ask yourself, what can I practice today, not for results, but for presence? And then go do it. Slowly, patiently, intentionally. Because that's where mastery begins. Thank you for staying with me on this journey. If this resonated with you, take a moment to reflect, practice it, and share it with someone who might need it too.